Namaskar, this is Akhilesh Bhargav. Welcome to Tidbits on Business and Finance with me. Let's talk about immunity today. Immunity in general refers to one's ability to battle or withstand a calamity. In health or medical terms, it refers to the ability of a human body to resist any disease or sickness, and thus, a body with good immunity levels is one which is strong, fit, and healthy. What applies to a human body also applies to an economy. A strong and robust economy has got a far better immunity level to fight back, to battle any kind of an economic crisis than one which is weak. And what is an economy with strong fundamentals? An economy with strong fundamentals is one whose fundamentals are strong and robust in terms of growth, in terms of employment, in terms of investment, in terms of consumer spending, in terms of ease of doing business, in terms of inflation, current account deficit, fiscal deficit levels, etc. Thus, an economy with strong fundamentals is in a far better position in case it meets a calamity. Let us now examine what has been or what is the level of immunity of the Indian economy when it gets into battling the corona lockdown. Did we have adequate immunity? Were we strong enough to fight this calamity which the Indian economy now faces? And for that, we will need to examine the fundamentals of the Indian economy at a time when corona lockdown and the crisis set in, which is sometime in the middle of March 2020. At that point of time, the Indian economy was already weak according to us. The economy was slowing down quarter after quarter. We often mention that it had witnessed 7 quarters of a consistent slowdown in growth such that quarterly growth was falling and it had touched a rate of 4.5% per annum, which according to us was a decade low for India. Thus, India's GDP growth in March had come to an all-time low for a decade. Fresh investment had come to a standstill, and according to us, it was at about a 2-decade low. Joblessness was going up. A report in November 2018 had said that joblessness in India has touched a 45-year high, even though the government disputed it. Fiscal deficit, according to us, was rising, even though the government had resorted to a lot of ingenious methods of fudging the deficit figure. But if you go by S.C. Garg's statement, the former finance secretary, who after his retirement very clearly said that fiscal deficit in India is far higher than the figure claimed by the government. Again, tax collections were falling. They were not meeting their targets set by the government. FDI had started dipping and exports continue to languish. We just don't manage to go beyond the 300 to 350 billion mark of exports. NPA crisis of banks remain unresolved, and because of that, India's financial system has been fragile. It was fragile then also. There was stress in the MSME sector, there was stress in the rural sector. Consumer spending had again dipped to a multi-decade low. Government finances were obviously weak, and that shows in the blatant way in which the government raided RBI of reserves of 1.74 lakh crores. It was a desperate government. And while we had this weak and deteriorating situation, which is very evident from the fundamentals that we discussed, the government was fudging this reality. And this fudging of figures, this fudging of the reality has been confirmed by no less than former Chief Economic Advisor Arvind Subramanian, former RBI Governor Urjit Patel, and former Finance Secretary S.C. Garg, all of whom, after they relinquished their post, actually made a statement stating that the government figures are not what they are claimed to be. And in this situation, while the reality was being hidden in this manner, the government continued to be in a state of denial, and because of that, its policy formulation has been ineffective, it has been way off the mark. According to us, this deterioration of the Indian economy, this drop in the immunity levels of the economy in order to withstand a calamity, in order to withstand an economic crisis, began sharply after demonetization. It gathered further pace at the time of GST being introduced, which was so complex and complicated that it hit a body blow, especially to the MSME sector. And it also continued to fall. The immunity levels of Indian economy continued to fall because there was a slowdown and the government continued to deny it. And very late in the day, it started taking measures in order to arrest this slowdown. Thus, the immunity levels of the Indian economy in March 2020, before the corona calamity, the corona disease hit the Indian economy, was certainly weak. The immunity level was not strong enough in order to withstand this calamity. And because of that, what are we seeing? After about a 45-day lockdown, if we were to say, what we are seeing is that the MSME sector's woes have gone up sharply. We are expecting huge closures of MSME units unless the government doesn't come up with a suitable stimulus package. Unemployment levels have been rising. The CMI report says that it is expected to have touched a 25% rate, which is extremely disturbing. GDP growth has gone down. That's because the economy has contracted. And in calendar year 2020, Moody's says that the Indian economy will grow by a mere 0.2%. Because of these rising closures, because of a steep fall in GDP growth, tax collections are falling. There is a disruption in the supply channels of the country, and migrant labor's woes and worries are there to see. With no stimulus coming, it is also very clear that the government perhaps doesn't have the necessary cash in the treasury or the political willingness to be able to come up with a stimulus. And FD, the fiscal deficit, is certainly on the rise. Thus, in a matter of 40-45 days, according to us, the immunity levels of the economy to withstand or battle a corona crisis have only slipped further. That gets us to the key issue or the main point of today's discussion, which is, was the Indian economy strong enough? Did it have the required immunity to be able to withstand a crisis caused by corona? Or for that matter, to be able to withstand any other economic crisis? Our answer is no. The state of the Indian economy was anyway weak. It was anyway deteriorating, slowing down and slipping in March 2020 before the corona lockdown began. All that the lockdown has done is that it has aggravated the crisis that we were facing. It has slowed the economy even further and it will slow it even more further. The crisis is now out in the open. It cannot be denied. But this time, unlike in the past, the politician in power is not going to deny the deteriorating state of the economy for the simple reason that this time he will blame it on the corona crisis and thus hide the fact that the weak economy was of the making of the politician in power because of weak policies, ineffective policies, poor governance and administration. The corona has only accentuated it. The reality is that post-lockdown, when our revival efforts start and we see that the economy is in a far worse shape than it was before the lockdown started, the government is going to blame the corona. But according to us, the state of the economy was extremely weak anyway, and that was because of the government's making. This is Akhilesh Bhargav signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
हमारे घरों में भी बच्चे होते हैं जो हमसे प्यार दुलार की आस करते हैं।
हमारा भी जीवन साथी है जिसको हमारे ड्यूटी से घर आने का इंतजार होता है।
हमारे घर में भी एक बूढ़ी माँ है जिनके लिए आज भी हम ही आंखों के तारे हैं।
लेकिन हम हमारे घरों में नहीं हैं। आपकी सुरक्षा में कोई कसर न रहे, इसलिए हम अपने प्रियजनों से दूर हैं।
हम में से ही कुछ तो अब इतने दूर जा चुके हैं कि वो वापस अपने घरों को लौट भी नहीं पाएंगे।
हमें गर्व है कि हमारे कंधों पे मुंबई शहर के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी है। हमारे जज्बे और बलिदान को व्यर्थ न जाने दे। इस संकट के समय में आप घर पे रहे, सुरक्षित रहे।
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.